All right, you guys, what is up? Blaze here at Blue Chip Athletic Club. We're going to talk to you about MyFitnessPal. So you go into your app store of choice, download MyFitnessPal here, this sweet little icon of this person doing a gymnastics move. Oh boy, that I have no business doing. And you'll go ahead and get in there. So what you'll see, I'm going to go into the More tab here. I've already set my account up. I'm not going to be able to undo that, but it should be pretty straightforward as you get in there. One thing I want you to realize is that you do not need to have the premium edition of MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is something that you can use in the free edition, and it's totally fine, totally easy to use. If you'd like to, you can go to an annual program or month to month and give it a shot. But it's not something that you need to do. I'm going to show you a couple of hacks to make it easier for us as well. So, again, not necessary to buy. If you want to, it's your prerogative. So we're going to go in here. The app has a ton of functionality. It's really, really great. It's very user friendly. Most importantly, though, what I need you to do is I need you to go into this Friends tab, and I need you to add me as a friend. So you can go into here. You can go, hey, who am I going to add to username? And my username in here is Blaze of Glory. I believe it has two Y's. I'm going to click the add button. Oh boy. And we'll make that happen. Oh, that's an invite, friends. That could be why. All right. So invite friend using their MyFitnessPal email. So although I'm logged into this account, that may be why it's not letting me do it. But realize that you can go ahead and add somebody in here as well, and it's super easy. So you should be able to make that happen. Maybe if I do this, we'll just skip that. But if for some reason you need a link, I'm actually going to post the link to add me at the bottom of this training. Here, I'll post it on the bottom of the sheet so that you can just click the link and add me in there. It'll be super easy. So moving on. After you've got me added in there, what I want you to do is I want you to go into your settings, and I want you to go into your diary settings. And in your diary settings, what I want you to do is go to diary sharing, and I want you to make it either public or friends only. Either way, either of these will work. What that allows is it allows your coach to be able to see your diary on a day-to-day basis so that you can see trends and see things that we're going to need to identify during your program. So you go ahead and make that, known. The other thing I want you to do in your profile settings is I want you to set your nutrition goals up. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into goals here. You're going to scroll down until you get to your carb, fat, and protein goal. And at this point, you should have a pretty good idea of where you want to hit for your calories here. If you and your coach have not had the discussion on this, we'll make sure that we have that discussion, but you should have completed your total daily energy expenditure calculation before going into MyFitnessPal. So when you've completed that, you're going to go into a caloric surplus or caloric deficit based on your specific situation and goals. So for me, let's say I determined that I wanted to lose weight, and for me to lose weight at my caloric intake, my caloric expenditure versus intake, I'm going to need to take in 2,340 calories a day. Lovely. So that's already placed it in there. Boom. We're there. For me to do that, I've decided that I want to eat approximately 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that I weigh, which actually gets me a little bit under this metric. So know that in here, you're not going to get perfect with these unless you pay for the premium subscription. Notice how this says it's locked because it's not going to let me get in there. So what I've done is I basically got myself to, hey, this is about what I need to be at for my proteins, carbs, and fats along this little Rolodex here. And hopefully I can still do math. Boom. And I've got those metrics kind of set up here for success so that I know exactly what I'm aimed for every single day. So that's kind of big keys. So make sure you add me as a friend or your coach as a friend. Make sure that you have your caloric intake set as well as your carbs, protein, and fat percentages set based on your total daily energy expenditure and discussions with the coach. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start logging some meals. You can, if you want to, put in a starting weight, current weight, and any of that activity stuff. But again, it's not super necessary as we move forward. So logging food. How do we log food? Oh, I've got one more thing that we're going to have to do. So in here, The last thing that I want to make sure that we have done, which will essentially allow us to use um, the scanning feature inside MyFitnessPal, is you're going to have to go in to your settings. You're going to go to your profile. And the last part of this is you want to move your location from the United States to the United Kingdom. Now, it sounds kind of bizarre, but if you have it set to the UK, you can essentially bypass the rules in the US version of MyFitnessPal that allow you to use the scanning barcode feature for the logging of food, which is basically the only reason why the premium edition is best. So that's a little hack for you moving forward. So here's what I'll do for breakfast. Let's say I went in here and I can either scan my barcode, which my phone's obviously face down, but maybe I can just scan one real fast so you can see. So I've got this sweet little can of LaCroix here. I'm going to go over, I'm going to scan my barcode. And boom, I've got the LaCroix that I had. Did I drink it? Is the food accurate? Yes, it typically is. And I'm going to add that in, check in the box in the top right. Boom. So I had my LaCroix for breakfast. Next thing I'm going to have, let's say I had some eggs. Does it matter what type of eggs? Probably not, but I guess this time, let's say I had the Vital Farms eggs. I had, I don't know, 3 of them, and boom, I'm going to add those into the breakfast. And let's say I had some oatmeal. Oatmeal. Let's say a banana packet of Kodiak oatmeal. Boom, I'm going to add that in there. And then let's say I had a banana. Boom, I'm going to add my banana in. Notice how when you're adding things in here, especially, they pay very, very close attention to the serving size. Notice how there's a ton of different options here. I clicked on the serving size. You could have a kilogram of bananas and 100 servings, which is 89,000 calories, which you're not a elephant. I'm sure that's going to be a typo if you end up doing that and you'll catch it. But if you end up using the wrong unit of measurement in here, it'll give you a drastically different result than what you're looking for. So again, I've measured out my bananas in the past, knowing about how much they weigh. A normal banana is about 100 grams ish, medium sized banana. So this is about good enough for me. So I'm going to click the button. Great. We now have our split for our breakfast. So we're going to do the same thing: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, anything we have. I don't really care, and your trainers do not really care about adding an exercise or water into this. It's not super necessary. But what I do want you to realize is it is necessary to finish and then click on this bottom button here that says nutrition. Now, in the nutrition slide, what we're going to do is we're going to look for our calories. You can check in here. You can say, hey, how many calories did I eat? What are my net calories? Here's my goal. Awesome. This little pie chart will show you when you ate all those foods. So right now it says only breakfast, but let's add in something for dinner. Let's say I had some cottage cheese, some raspberries, and I don't know, edamame. Who cares? Let's put it in there. So we had all those things. We're going to go to the nutrition tab again at the bottom. And now it shows, hey, my calories for the day, most were taken up by breakfast, some for dinner. I didn't have any for lunch or snacks. Sweet. Then I'm going to go to this next tab that says nutrients. This tab is probably my favorite tab that the app offers. And the reason is because you get to see on a progress bar how you're doing on the day. So if you've eaten breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner, and your bar looks like this, you know that in your next meal, you should prioritize getting some sort of protein and fat in your diet versus getting more carbohydrates, because you know that you're closer to your carbohydrate goal than you are to your protein and fat goal. So something that's really easy for you to identify based on this bar chart. The other thing that you can start to see is some micronutrients as well that are posted up in here. You get more micronutrients when you have the premium edition, but again, not necessary for you. The last tab here is going to be the macronutrient tab. This is the tab that is the most important when we're going in and completing our weekly check-in form. This is where we can pull up our percentages for how we ate throughout the week. We can take a rolling average over the course of the full week and see kind of where we are in our protein, fat, and carbohydrate percentages and see if we're getting close to our metrics. So that's a quick little overview of MyFitnessPal, how to use it, what we're looking to do. Again, make sure you add your trainer as a friend. That's going to be in the settings tab here under the friends. They'll get a request for that as well. Next thing you'll do, change yourself to the UK. That's going to be super important. And then start logging your food. The biggest thing is MyFitnessPal is not meant to be something that you're tied to all the time. It's meant to be a learning tool so that you can understand what's going into your body in the macro level, understanding proteins, fats, carbohydrates, how they kind of work together. Make sure you're asking questions with your trainer. They're able to look at your diary as long as you made it public, like we talked about before. And of course, let us know if you have any questions moving forward in the program. We're looking forward to all the results you guys have in this. Let us know if you have anything else. We'll see you.